feelings motorcycle gives you. So today, I'll be comparing my favorite type of motorcycle, the sport bike, after we clean the air filter, to sports cars. I'm telling you why a sport bike gives you much more bang for the buck and is a lot more fun. To show you this, I'll tell you about my sport bike, how sports bikes are faster than sports cars, how sports bikes are cheaper than sports cars, and how you can make riding a sport bike safe, and then wrap it all up with a conclusion. So first we'll talk about my sports bike. This is what I own. It's a little 250 Ninja. I've been riding it for 4 years since I was 14. It's a really small entry-level bike, but it goes 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, and it can do the quarter mile in 15 seconds, which isn't that impressive, but it only costs $3,000 brand new, and it costs $150 a year for liability insurance. So for that little price, I got a really small, fast bike that gets me from point A to point B, and it's really, really fun. So speed of sport bikes. So in order to find something comparable to super bikes, I had to go to the fastest street car in the world, which is the Bugatti Veyron. So Bugatti Veyron, 1,001 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, has a top speed of 285 miles per hour. Unfortunately, it costs over $1 million and is out of everyone in here's price range, I imagine. Except Miss Blomstrom, if you're a multi-millionaire.
She's a traitor.
Okay, so when I was searching for information on the Bugatti Veyron, can you guys see this?
Not really. Close to the door. No, close to the door.
Is the door? What's got
Try the light switch.
Oh yeah, the lights.
Do it better. The switch is better.
Yeah.
So now I can't read my own speech.
There you go. Yeah.
Alright, technically.
The light works.
Okay, so while searching information about the Bugatti Veyron, I was like searching Bugatti Veyron versus motorcycles on Google, and I found this motorcycle, which is the Aspion GTVO. It has a souped-up 1600cc engine, and it's aerodynamically shaped like a bullet to go faster. Top Speed, which is a motorcycle magazine, took this bike out to a runway and tried to push it to its limits. They got it to go 300 miles an hour in 30 seconds. And by the end of the runway, they were 340 miles per hour. They still had extra throttle, but they couldn't get it to go any faster on even that long of a straightaway. So it's about, top speed's around 340 miles an hour. This is 90 miles per hour faster than the Bugatti Veyron, and it's a motorcycle, and it's only $790,000. So if you become a millionaire, you should buy this instead of the Bugatti Veyron. Anyway, realistic price range. Next bike, $12,100. The ZX14, it's Kawasaki's super bike. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, which is half a second faster than the Bugatti Veyron. And this bike is limited to 186 miles per hour, but the GT channel reports that with a racing chip, this ZX14 can reach a little over 200. So racing chip costs you about $100, with a little over $100 and a bit more than this bike, so $12,200. You can get a brand new bike that goes 200 miles an hour. So, speed and power of this bike stock lets you go do the quarter mile in less than 10 seconds and finish the quarter mile at 147 miles per hour. So this is the bike you want to get if you just want to go to the drag strip and kill people, or just be like, pull up to a stoplight next to a Viper, just look at the guy and peel out in front of him and just destroy him in a vehicle that costs a fifth of his Viper. So, speed also. So ZX10. This is less than the ZX14. It's $11,700. Goes 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, 0.2 seconds faster than the Veyron. So, you know, similar, but a little bit worse than the Veyron. It costs $11,000, so I think you can handle it. This bike has a top speed of 175 miles an hour. It does the quarter mile in 10.02 seconds. And this is the street legal version of the Kawasaki team's like street racing bike. So this is what they take out like to Formula One tracks when they do bike racing. It is the street legal version of this. So it's basically like buying a street legal version of a NASCAR. And it's really, really fun. Alright, cost of motorcycles. First, we'll look at the gas mileage. ZX14, 35 miles per gallon. ZX10, 40 miles per gallon. Then you look at the Viper, and it's like, what, 22 miles per gallon? So, I mean, Viper's not bad in gas mileage, but motorcycles are way better. And that's 13 miles per gallon better for the ZX14 and 18 miles per gallon better than the ZX10. So you you can do the math and see how much money you would save just by buying a motorcycle instead, just in gas. ZX10R gets better gas mileage than some hybrids, so just think of that. Insurance. Insurance is kind of expensive for the ZX14. If you want full coverage, I got all my insurance quotes up here from Progressive. I logged in as myself and asked them how much I'd have to pay for insurance. So, me, 18-year-old driver, ZX14 liability, $150, $150 per month. $500 per month for full coverage. ZX10, $35 a month for liability. It's a lot cheaper for insurance just because it doesn't scare them as much as a 1400cc engine. And liability, full coverage would be $100 per month. So Dodge Viper costs $250 a month, which is ridiculous, just for liability. And I asked for a quote of full coverage insurance, and the internet website told me to call an agent. And I imagine that's a very, very bad thing. So you don't want to get full coverage insurance with a Viper at 18. So now that you've seen that sports bikes are much faster, I'll explain to you how they're safe, how you can make them safe. So safety, that picture up there on the top, that's Ben Roethlisberger. He was the quarterback for the Steelers. He crashed his bike. Then that picture down there is just a funny picture of a motorcycle crash. He went through the car. So motorcycles are inherently less safe than cars, but they're not as dangerous as many people think. And you can do several things to greatly decrease your chance of having a fatal accident, or just decreasing your chance to have any sort of accident. So in order to find a solution to the deadly motorcycle accidents, I first looked at the reasons for accidents. So recent study done in England called the Hurt Report, which is where all these stats are from. Half of all fatal motorcycle accidents happen because the driver of a car did not see the motorcycle driver. And they pulled out in front of the motorcycle, or did a left turn in front of them, and motorcycle T-boned them. So you can avoid this by wearing bright safety, just bright riding gear, so the driver could see you, or not driving in a car's blind spot, which taking a motorcycle safety course will teach you how to do. Alright, same report said that 16% of all fatal motorcycle accidents were caused by sliding out in a corner. Sliding out occurs when a driver enters a corner too fast, and then overleans to make the corner and slides out. And then if he dies, he normally flies off the side of a mountain or gets run over by a car. So the way you can keep from doing this is this happens mostly to inexperienced drivers. Almost 100% of all these people that slide out are inexperienced drivers. If you want to learn how to turn and stuff with your sport bike, take a motorcycle safety class, or just go easier on your bike and don't take corners at 100 miles an hour until you know what you're doing. Alright, finally, the report said that 35% of all fatal motorcycle accidents happened when the driver of the motorcycle was under the influence of alcohol. Now that's a really easy one to avoid. Don't drink and drive a motorcycle. You may think that you can get away with a couple beers or something in a car, be under the legal limit. If you drink at all when you drive a motorcycle, you're completely screwed. It takes so much balance and so much more control. Just don't do it. If you want to learn more about what driving a motorcycle while drunk would cause, just take a motorcycle safety course that show you all sorts of cool pictures. Alright, so if you're interested in getting a motorcycle after this presentation because you want to go really fast and save a lot of money versus a sports car, you should definitely take a motorcycle safety course if you're not experienced, because the majority of motorcycle accidents, according to the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, happen to inexperienced drivers, and taking a motorcycle safety course can reduce your inexperience-related accidents by 75%. So, and you should also wear appropriate riding gear at all times. Always wear a helmet and protection, because according to the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, 90% of motorcycle fatalities could have been completely avoided by people wearing Snell-approved helmets, which is that helmet right up there. That's the helmet that I own, and it's a great helmet. 70% of serious motorcycle injuries, just injuries, could have been reduced by wearing proper safety gear. This is like road rash from crashing or something. I crashed my bike at 60 miles an hour, and I walked away with just a broken toe because I was wearing that stuff up there. So really, if you're wearing proper safety gear and you know what you're doing, riding a motorcycle is not as dangerous as most people think. So today, amazing picture. I want to be able to do that. Anyway, I talked to you about my experience with sport bikes and how sport bikes are faster than sport cars, how sport bikes are cheaper than sports cars, and how sports bikes can be safe if you take the right precautions. In conclusion, I hope that next time you think about getting a sports car, you think about saving money and having more fun with the motorcycle. Any questions?